Panchi Kiawao, this is Grandmother Wind, Andrea Menard, with another message from the Patchwork Grandmothers. Now, for those of you who have been asking about my Honoring Your Four Sacred Bodies workshop and all the work that they've been seeing, I'd like to explain some of that with the help of the Patchwork Grandmothers. So the message this week from my ancestral teachers coming through this grandmother is honor your four sacred bodies. Now, a lot of people don't necessarily know what that means. In Native teachings, we look at the whole self as made up of four parts, and that's the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body. And that is a very holistic way of looking at the self. And other traditions have 5 bodies or 7 bodies, but through Native teachings, it's 4 bodies in keeping with the 4 directions and the circle, the 4 parts of the circle. And so honor your 4 sacred bodies is a message that the Patchwork Grandmothers have been getting through to me for over a year now. And so I've developed a process to help honor our 4 sacred bodies. But right now, to know what that is all about is that most of us are fragmented. If you are a human living in this world today, you are most likely fragmented. And whether that's from lineages of war or suffering, or in Native communities, whether there's been government policies and intervention to help that break up the family and the health of a human when it's been interfered with. So many of us are fractured. We are fragmented, and we are not necessarily operating as a whole being, which we are. All of us have 4 bodies, period. We are all capable of being whole. It's just that because of that fragmentation, we may not necessarily operate in that way or know how the other bodies are actually responding to us. And especially in our society where the mental body is highly valued. That's probably the number one. So it's the highly valued, whereas the emotional body is the least popular in our society. The emotional body is actually downright degraded. And so the Patchwork Grandmothers are very, very insistent on us honoring our emotional body and learning to feel, because that actually frees us from all of the stuff we need to heal from. And the physical body and the spiritual body. So there are ways that these bodies communicate with us that we may not be familiar with. We may not even know that's what's happening because we've ignored it or we take it for granted. So learning to listen to your bodies, acknowledge them, find out how they're trying to communicate with you. There are gems that these bodies need to teach you. There are things that you need to know that you're missing that the bodies have to teach you. So the Patchwork Grandmothers have given me a process. So if you'd like to find out more about my workshops that I'm holding, email me admin@andreamenard.com, admin, ADMIN, @andreamenard.com. So you can find out more about that. But the Patchwork Grandmothers want everyone to know, whether you take the workshop or not, that you have the ability to communicate with your bodies. You have the ability to honor yourself. And the more you do, the more you develop your own processes that honor parts of you. Because remember, honoring is making the ordinary sacred. So all of a sudden, the sensations that your body, give you is everyday, boring, banal, ordinary. But when you honor it, when you bestow it with honor or respect, all of a sudden those signals mean something. And they're worthy of your attention. And you give them a heightened respect. That is what the Patchwork Grandmothers would like us all to do about everything that goes on with us. Listen and acknowledge, because there's wisdom. So find out how your body wants to communicate with you. Maybe have a sit down and have a chat with each of the bodies and see what they have to say, because guess what? They have a lot to say. So my friends, honor your 4 sacred bodies. Develop your own process to do that. Or if you need help, Patchwork Grandmothers have helped me come up with a process to help you do that. So again, I love you. Honor your bodies, and I hope to hear from you if you need help. I love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.